Hello, hello, hello,
Hello.
and welcome to Hear My Marriage podcast. I'm your host, Tara,
And I'm Pedro.
and we back again for another episode today.
Season 4, episode 15.
That's right.
And for folks that tried to record something, this is like our fourth time trying to record this show.
But God is in control.
Yeah.
So,
The first time we got a little irritated. My wife got in her feelings, so we stopped. Because I said some things that made her get in her feelings. She was like, and I was like, okay, you know what? Let's end it. Second time, I happened the second time. Third time we was doing it and you muted it. Somehow you muted it halfway through. So we did a whole show and then we realized that half of the show was muted.
The struggles.
Oh my goodness.
The struggles.
So we're trying again.
But
trying again.
Yeah. So today's show, we're going to be talking about attachments and relationships. And we know how important it is to have people that you love around you, whether it's your friends, your families, or even your coworkers. But the thing is, get attached where you're not able to function like you need to because of that attachments that you may have towards that person. So my husband, you have a definition of attachment that he's going to say right now. Go ahead, honey.
Well, actually, wasn't we going to talk a little? Okay.
No, I just thought we'd just get a definition, then we go back into. Okay, go ahead, honey.
Yeah, so first off, we have to say, please like and subscribe on YouTube.
That's right.
Notify.
Yeah, on our YouTube channel, Hear My Marriage podcast.
Yes,
please go over there and subscribe and like and share. And you can listen to us on our other platforms at Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and all the other audio platforms. You can go on there and listen to us on that platform.
And then we also like to thank the Adventist Radio London listeners for listening.
That's right. Thank you so much
for tuning in UK
each week.
Burp, burp. UK.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We appreciate you
and
guys.
We appreciate you guys for listening.
Mm-hmm.
And let's pray first.
Go ahead.
Okay. Heavenly Father, we want to thank you for bringing us to another day. We ask, Lord, as we go through this podcast, that it will be informational and educational for us and for our listeners. And we ask that you will continue to bless us as a family, continue to bless everybody else out there listening to us too, Heavenly Father. And through any issues they may be having, we ask that you will come down and help them to navigate through those problems. For this I pray in your holy name. Amen.
Amen. All
right. So yeah, I don't have the definition up because I didn't know. I thought we was going to talk a minute before we went to the definition.
Oh, we can, but you know what? Yeah, let's do that for a second. Let's do a little chat.
No, it's not. No, I mean, but only thing we haven't been on for a minute because of the 100-day cough. Everybody's been having a cough.
Yes,
as they call it.
The cough is awful. I hate having a cough. It's like it's. I don't like it. It disrupts my life a lot because you're coughing.
It don't take much to disrupt your life.
So it's disruptive, especially when I'm sleeping, and then I all of a sudden have a cough and spell, and it wakes me up out of my sleep. And so it's just one of those things. And it seemed like it's just going around in the house. My husband had it. My two older ones had it. Thankfully, my youngest one haven't had it yet. Knock on wood.
She had a cough?
Yeah, it was slightly, but it wasn't as bad.
That's because you gave her those garlic pills.
Garlic pills and everything. So if you
treat that like Robitussin. For those back in the day that remember whenever things went bad, just take some Robitussin.
But them garlic pills, I found these garlic pills on iHerb. On the internet, it's a store that sells vegan and vegetarian stuff, and I found these pills on garlic and parsley pills that really work well with colds and just general cold and stuff like that. And we've been taking them, and they have been really working for us.
Yeah, they have.
It's been knocking out the cold.
Yeah, they have.
Been knocking out the cold. They're very powerful pills.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to go over there to iHerb and order you some. Even if you're vegan and vegetarian, is for you. Trust me.
Even if you're not vegan or vegetarian.
Right. Well, yeah. I'm just saying.
I just thought I'd throw that
That's
in there.
True. That's true.
You know.
So, yeah.
Because the person that eats meat is going to go get it anyway.
That's true. I never thought about it like that.
Actually, no, you have some people that won't eat vegan stuff because they are meat eaters.
Yeah.
True. Yeah. Okay.
So.
I got to mess with you a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so... And that's about it. That's been going on, right?
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
Okay. Yep. Why you got so quiet? Oh my goodness. Anyway.
I thought you was coming with the definition.
Oh, I'm sorry.
What's wrong with you?
All right. Okay. So attachment.
You off your game. Go
ahead. Attachment refers to a deep emotional bond or connection that individuals form with others, typically in the context of close relationships. It involves feelings of trust, security, and reliance on another person. Attachment can develop between infants and their caregivers, as well as between adults and romantic partnerships, friendships, or just regular relationships.
Yeah, I know I have attachment issues.
We'll get to that in a minute. We'll
Yeah.
talk about the children first.
Well, yeah, let's talk about
Because
children.
we start talking about you, we could do a whole show and then some.
Okay, and what about you?
On
You
your
too.
attachment. I don't have no attachment issues.
Anywho.
No, I don't. I don't have no attachment issues at all. Well, yeah, I mean,
yes,
everybody
you
have an
do,
attachment issue.
Sorry, but you do.
But not like you.
Yeah, but just because you securing your attachment doesn't mean you don't have one. Okay.
I just said I have an attachment issue, but it's nothing compared to yours.
Yes.
Yours is totally
because we're two different
emotional.
people. Anyway, so we talk about
We'll get to that.
We talked about we're gonna talk about the children attachment issues. We're gonna touch on that a little bit. And I know as for my children, they do have an attachment towards us as their parents. And
You have an attachment towards them.
Yes, I do.
As their mother.
Yeah. And I know as Kaya was going into, well, all of my children, as they was going into school, I had a hard time letting go. You know, like, oh my goodness, they got to go to school. You know, they got to start being around people, they peers and stuff like that. And I knew how important it was, that it doesn't mean that I wanted it. You know what I mean? I wanted my children to be with me, And as they went, I'm literally crying.
Until they die. You want them to be with them even when they're adults.
So I'm literally crying. Like, I don't want them to go to preschool. I don't want them to go to kindergarten, that type of thing. And but one thing I had to also remind myself is that if my child see me acting like this, they're not gonna want to go as well. Even though one thing I know for the children, they know that their parents gonna come back at some point of the day. So it's just letting them know, look, I know I got to send you to school. I'll be back for you at this time or whatever. And even so now, Kaya waits for me to pick her up, but she know that either me or her father's going to get her from school. And it can sometimes be a burden to children to be in school when they used to being around their parents for a long period of time. And, winging them off you, it's important, because when my husband decided to put the children in preschool without asking me, I'm
Why
like,
I gotta ask you?
Cause
wait. Why I gotta ask you?
Because I have to be asked.
No, I don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. I did it for the children.
Yeah, I know why he did it. It was just the fact of me being ready to, like I said, let go and be like, okay, I know they have to do it. I know they have to go. I think
so
for me,
the problem? Why I gotta ask you?
No, I think for me, it was like just being needed. You know what I'm saying? Being able to, because women getting up a routine with your children every day up until the point of them going to school. It's like, and then when it's time for you to then separate from them for that period of time, it's like, I don't want to do it.
Yeah, but they need social interaction.
And I know how important that is.
So when you had left, when we first moved here, you had to go back for 3 months.
That was the hardest.
And that was anxiety for them.
That was anxiety for me.
And for you probably more than them.
Only because I have never been separated from my children from that long. You know what I'm saying? I'm never. And when I had to go away for that time, it was like, oh my goodness, I really struggled with not being around my children.
Yeah, but the thing is that while you was away, I put her in school.
Yeah.
So when you got back, it was already set.
Mm-hmm.
And she was already in a routine.
Mm-hmm.
She was already happy. She was enjoying herself.
You don't know she was happy.
Yes, she was. She enjoyed it. She loved the teacher. Was it Ms. Mason?
Yeah, I think that's her name.
Yeah, Ms. Mason. She loved Ms. Mason.
Mm.
She's a joy. She's a light up when she saw Ms. Mason. When I had to take her, drop her off. And when I picked her up, she lit up again because she was coming home.
I think she did that because I wasn't here, so she had to find another attachment.
Oh, stop it. No, she didn't. She had to find a teacher attachment. And it gave her a chance to get used to the culture here and the kids here.
Which
and to have a good understanding, right? Because if we had put her in school, which you wanted to put in when she got the first year, you didn't want to put her in reception.
Yeah.
Year one, whatever.
Yeah, same thing.
No, it's not the same thing, but anyway.
Year one, grade one, it's the same thing.
Okay, whatever. Anyway, reception or nursery or no, preschool. I mean, pre-kindergarten or kindergarten. They call it reception here.
Mm,
If we had just put her in there straight away, she would have had a harder time.
yeah.
You don't want to admit that, but she would have.
I'm sure. I just said, even though I
You
didn't
said yeah,
want
but
to,
you didn't say
I knew it's
it with
something that was
you didn't say it
needed.
with gumption. You didn't say
I
it
don't
with
have to say what gumption because
sincerity.
I'm still.
You was like you still. That's what I'm saying. She's what about to be 10, and you still mad at me about that.
I'm not mad. I'm just
no. You're still mad about it.
Not
That's why.
That's not the right word. I'm not mad. I'm just like
disappointed.
Yeah, there you
confused.
go. No, I wasn't confused. I was just more like you said, disappointed. Like
disappointed, but it worked out.
Because it's from this
Let
is just
it go,
my perspective.
Tara.
It's
been over 7 years.
Well, I don't care.
7 years and you're still holding on to that attachment.
I don't care.
See, this is when it comes to unhealthy attachment.
Yeah, you can say that if you want.
Yeah, I am saying it. It's unhealthy. 7 years and you're still on it. So yeah, it's unhealthy. Let it go.
I will when it's time. I don't think I'm gonna ever let it go. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna let go. As a parent.
You know what? I'm afraid our kids are gonna live with us to the day I die. with their spouse and whoever, the children. We're never gonna it's gonna be like the Cosby Show. We're never gonna get rid of these kids.
Oh my gosh. I think
if it comes to you, we won't, because you're not gonna let them go.
I will let them
go.
No,
you're not.
Yes, I will.
You already feeling anxious for Junior going to
college.
To college and then to university.
I am.
You already feeling anxious about that.
Because that's my first baby, okay? And I just want to,
I'm like, get out.
That's what it is.
I'm not. Bye.
I'm not.
Peace.
You different than me.
Deuces.
That's why we
see you when I see you.
That's why we two different people. That's exactly why we two different people.
See you when I see you. I'll give you a call.
Yeah. Yeah. But I like the fact that our children can depend on us, and they know that we're gonna do our best, God willing, to take care of them and to make sure they're safe and all of that type of thing. And that's what children need. They need assurance. They need to know that they have people in their lives that care.
Well, that's what any child needs, not just ours. Any child. We're talking general.
Yeah.
Any child needs that.
I did say children, didn't I?
Oh, I thought you said our children. Because you have sometimes to just stick it to ours.
No, I would have said child. But
children.
Yeah, I did put plurals on there. Yeah.
So different ones that like you have what's the different ones we have? I think one is secure.
No, you have the different type of attachments.
I just said that.
So this is what they are.
Didn't I just say that?
Yeah, so I'm not about to confirm it for you. So we have anxious attachment style, and then you have a secure attachment style, and then you have a disorganized attachment style, and then you have an avoidance attachment style. Now, with the anxious attachment style is, they had a couple of points up under there. So, anxious attachment style is overwhelming fear of being alone, needing constant reassurance, jealousy, overpossessive, and needlessness. Viewing yourself negatively in a negative way, but others in a positive way. Highly sensitive to others and in emotional states. That's anxious attachment style. Then you have a secure attachment style, which is a healthy balance of independence and relying on others, healthy boundaries and abilities to trust, viewing yourself and others positively, comfortably with healthy communication and emotional intimacy and strong self-worth and confidence. And then you have disorganized attachment, which is a negative view of yourself and others, finding it hard to maintain relationships, finding yourself freeze or frozen and disassociated often, feeling unworthy and helpless, unpredictable behavior. And you have the last one, which is avoidance attachment style, which is viewing yourself in a positive but positively way, but others in a negative light, pushing others away, having trust issues and feeling like you don't need anyone, craving emotional intimacy but feeling uncomfortable when you get it, extremely independent. So for me, I know I am the anxious attachment style.
But we're not talking about you yet. We're still talking about the children.
Okay, yeah.
You keep jumping to you.
But go ahead.
Anyway, so this is different ones for children. So I happened to find an article, and the article was talking about this, and it's a very interesting article. So in the article, they did a study in the 1969 or so, and the way they did the study was, it was called The Strange Situation. and it was pretty much the task of studying infant parent attachment.
Mm-hmm.
And so they took 12-month-old infants and their parents, they brought them to a lab, and they would separate them for approximately 20 minutes. And that's when so if the child was at ease initially upon separation and extremely distressed, but then we reunited with the parent, they had a difficult time being soothed or exhibited conflict behaviors suggesting they want to punish the parent.
Right.
That was an anxious child or anxious thing. So when I think about like my children, well, let's go to the next one. Like if the parent went away, they came back 20 minutes later, and then the child would, instead of going to the parent, would then, to punish them, they would go play with something or leave the room or go do something else.
Which is
That was called the avoidant attachment. I'm sorry, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then the secure one was, and believe it or not, they said they did with this, they did about 60%. It doesn't say how many parents or kids they had. It just says that about 60% went where when the parent left and they came back, they acted like nothing. They just actively seek the parent, and it was easily comforted by the parent. So like when the parent came back and they tried to comfort them, they was comforted, they was good, and that was, so they were secure. So that was secure attachment.
Right.
When I was reading this and I was thinking about it, I was like, man, I think because our kids are different with both of us. I think they're more secure with you, but I think sometimes they do want to punish me sometimes.
About avoidance.
Sometimes they do avoid me because I'm gone for, like, if I'm gone for a long period of time, they'll come see me and be like, hey, Dad. And then they just go about their business. I mean, it's subconsciously, because attachments, you're not always going to be the same attachment.
Well, I can see that
you
because
be
they want you to be there and you're not.
So they're a little mad at me for not being there. So for a minute, they will kind of avoid me. And then over time, they would then warm back up to me. And then they will, because it's not really, they don't have to comfort them because they're older. So they're not really that I have to comfort them.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was thinking about that. And that's fine, because like I was saying, the attachment, you can have, it could change yearly, it could change monthly. That 1 minute you could be secure, next minute you could be anxious.
Yeah.
And then down the road you could be what's it called again?
Disorganized.
Oh, avoidant.
Yeah.
Or disorganized. Yeah. So it's just it depends on the environment, depends on the situation.
Time.
The time. Yeah.
Yeah, because what I noticed with Kaya, when I pick up from school, she do have like a anxious attachment. Like when I pick her up, she be running towards me like, Mom, I'm so glad to see you, type of thing. And I'm like, how was your day? And sometimes her day good, and sometimes she don't have good days.
Well, she's a child. What do you expect?
But yeah, I was just saying, some days it changes. So I say for me, I would think Kaya, if I had to choose, if I had to think of how she was, I would say she was more of an anxious attachment style.
Yeah.
I would say Pedro would be more of a secure attachment style.
Yeah, he's gotten that way.
I say Sky would be more of avoidance attachment style.
Yeah, she gets easily upset.
Yeah.
So I can see her
be like
trying to punish me. So I'm gonna walk. I'll say hi, and then I'm gonna walk away.
And then she'll come back later and be like, "Hey, Dad.
Yeah. Hey, Dad. Hey, Mom. Yeah.
Yeah. So she.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's important for us to know our children attachment styles so we can kind of learn how to handle them. In ways, especially when we see them acting out and stuff like that, you can kind of know how to approach them and talk to them.
I just be overbearing.
Yeah.
Go give them a hug, go jump on them.
So Sky is definitely the type of person that she need her space sometimes. She wants you to just kind of.
She's her daddy's child.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's her daddy's child.
There's nothing wrong with it.
Nothing wrong with it. I need space sometimes. Get away from me.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. And also, I was looking up something about attachment styles. With your children is too, is about making yourself available to them and their needs, which is important. I think sometimes as parents we get too busy, doing certain things, and either working or just doing whatever we doing, or being on our phones, or just whatever we doing, you can make
Watching
time
TV.
watching TV. I think it's important for us to stop for a second and be like, wait a minute, especially if our child trying to get our attention, trying to talk to us, to just let them know that you are important. You are important to us. So that's important. And I think it's also validating your child's feelings is important, letting them know that you are enough. We do love you. Um, let them know that your time that you spend with them is precious. Um, and
Next one.
and the next one is, I'm sorry, get involved in your child interests in what they're doing, in school or just whatever they're doing. It's important to get involved and talk to them and see what's on their mind. If something bothering them, or if not, or just shooting the breeze and just having a good conversation with them is important, because then they open up to you, and you'll find out things that you didn't even know that they have been feeling or thinking or doing, and you'd be like, "Oh, okay, this is where you at." So I think that's important, to get involved with your child interests, and the most of all is to enjoy just being together as a family.
Hmm.
Just watching a movie, going out for a walk, or going shopping, or whatever it may be, or go get something to eat, wine and dine together. I think that's important.
We had this discussion, and I said that watching movies cool, but
Mhm.
I think
But
to
I
get
did say
more,
early
to
on.
get more, to get more, to get more out of it, watching movies all right, but I think that's not the only thing you should do.
Well,
I
yeah,
mean, I mean, no, because like some people may
I
think
did
if
give
I
different
just, I know
points.
like they may think that just watching TV, watching movies is all they need to do,
Mhm.
but you're not really having a discussion. So
Yeah.
like worship, or just dinner table, breakfast in the morning,
Mhm.
just different time, and because these moments don't have to be long. Our
Yeah.
moments with our kids are not long. Our moments are 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah, it
Dinner
depends.
time, especially when they're hungry. Shoot, Peter Junior, he'll wolf that food down in like 10 minutes, and he's gone back up to his room.
Yeah.
So it's like it don't have to be long periods of time. So we have to make sure we make that clear. Like spending time for your kids don't have to be like an hour,
Mhm.
2 hours. It don't. You just have to give them 10, 15 minutes sometimes, and just
Mhm.
talk to them. If it turns longer because they're talking, or they're sharing with you things, then that's good. But if it's just 10, 15 minutes, that's all sometimes kids need, just to feel, to get over that attachment issue,
Mhm.
or to let to feel like they're being heard.
Mhm.
So that's why I was saying, that you don't have to, because some people may think you have to spend a whole lot of time,
Yeah.
but you don't.
Mhm.
You
That's
know,
true.
or like if they watching a TV program, sit down and watch the program with them,
Mhm.
and then they'll talk. Why? Especially if they've seen the program before, which
Yeah.
our kids have seen. They love what they like. They like watching the same thing over and over again. Like, and Sky watches it like she never watched it before. I'm like, what the heck? You've seen
Like
this
it's a
like
new
10
movie.
times.
Yeah.
She's like, oh my goodness, I can't believe that happened. I'm like,
Mhm.
Sky,
Mhm.
you've seen, exactly. I know. I'm like, you know what? Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
But just spending the time and just trying to recognize the attachment um thing that they may have would, go a long way
Yeah.
in how you can deal with your kids.
And yeah, I definitely agree. Understanding your child attachment styles would definitely increase how your relationship is with them, and that way you won't be confused about how they feel, and they won't feel like you're not involved. So yeah, just knowing those type of things. So pay attention to how your children respond, how they act, their attitudes, their temperament. All of those things is very important for us to recognize. So then when we talking to them, it won't be awkward. It won't feel like you don't know what you're doing. All of those things is important. Yeah.
So now we go with the
So
children. I guess now we can go to the adults,
we're
because
gonna
that's
jump
going.
on over to the relationships, okay? Marriages and stuff like that. So one thing that I was looking at, and we did talk about avoidance in children, but one that stuck out to me was the controller victim attachment. Those with this type of attachment style have a habit of provoking their partners into intense, emotional, or seductive exchanges. They do this because it causes their adrenaline to rise, which can make life feel normal or familiar with them.
In other words, gaslighting.
Yeah.
Just another term for gaslighting.
Yeah. So a person, yeah, and I don't like that that type of attachment style, the controlling person that feels like they have to make you feel small, you know, make you feel like you're nothing.
So that's what that
And
one is. I don't know, for some reason when you was reading it, I was thinking of somebody that controls the narrative by saying they're going to do something, but then they never come through.
well, yeah,
Like,
Yeah.
like we're going to go get a new car, but then the car somehow or another falls through.
yeah, you never get
Like
it.
promise you stuff and it just never
It
comes
never
through.
happens. Yeah,
I promise we're going to get this. We're going to get that. We're going to,
we're gonna get a house.
yeah, we're going to, yeah. That's why I don't promise you that, because I don't know what's going to happen down the road. I ain't promise you nothing like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
You
And I think that's another way of reeling, keeping your partner, making them feel, think of unrealistic things that it's not going to happen, and controlling that part of it, making them feel like, oh, he's in control, he's going to do this, but then you never do. You take them all the way to the end, and then you stop.
take them right to the cliff, but then don't jump off.
Yeah, and I think that's awful.
That is awful. That's unhealthy.
Yeah.
Of course, that's unhealthy.
So if you, I can't tell anyone how to act, but I'm saying if there's something that you're experiencing, you definitely need to tune in on that and see how.
Well, I mean, number one, with attachment,
Mhm.
you automatically, your attachment, you have to trust that person and be secure with that person. If you're not trustworthy of that person or secure with that person,
Mhm.
it's going to be hard to be attached to that person.
Mhm.
You can't, like us as husband and wife, we have an attachment to each other, healthy and unhealthy,
Mhm.
but it is an attachment.
Yeah.
And it's all based on trust and based on security,
Mhm.
being consistent, knowing what I'm going to do and what I'm not going to do.
And you know what? I love the fact that if you say you're going to do something, you actually do it. But if you can't do it, you'll say you can't do it. You won't tell me this is what I'm gonna do, and then have me thinking this the whole time. You know what I mean? And
Even
then
if it hurts your feelings,
right.
even if you be like,
And then I'm
you
like,
don't want to do nothing. And I'm like, well, we can't do it.
And then I'm waiting. And I'm like, oh, this is gonna happen at some point. But then you just got me going all this time, and that's what I'm talking about, the control, victim attachment thing.
I'm like, nope.
I'm saying you don't do that to me. You know what I'm saying?
Like you did that the other day. You was like, Kai want to go to Disneyland for her 10-year for her birthday. I'm like, well, I hope she got Disneyland money. And then I said, I'm not number one. I'm not
you definitely don't make promises that you cannot do.
Number one. It's not even that I don't.
So
it's not. You see, but it's the thing. It's not that we can't do it.
Right.
We could do it with well planning.
Yeah.
And I think we could do it even if we save. Take a while, but we could do it. I don't want to go. I'm not going to sit. Disneyland is full of nothing but a whole bunch of folk.
Yeah, it is.
And it takes 2 hours to get on one ride, and you spend all this obscene amount of money.
We could just take it to another type of theme park.
That's less cheaper.
It's less
we
cheaper.
We could go to that zoo that had those rides.
Flamingo Land. We can go to Flamingo Land.
Whatever land that was, we did go to that land. They didn't have the tigers out. We was irritated because they didn't let the lions out. Talking about
that was the safari thing.
Yeah, the safari thing. We go to the safari thing. That got rides there.
Yeah,
she'd be happy.
Yeah, she would be.
Man, listen, I'll take her to one of these fairs down the road. Even I don't trust them because I don't trust traveling fairs.
Yeah, but getting back to the relationship.
I'm just saying. I know. This part of the relationship this is all about what you said about. I'm not gonna sugarcoat. I'm gonna tell you yes, no, and I'm not gonna be like maybe. That's why if I say maybe, it pretty much is no.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's why the kids know.
I said that. I said that. Your maybe is no, and I'm like, yeah, we gonna. What's mine? I can't remember. Yeah, we can do.
No, you soft. You be like, let me talk to dad. Oh, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
we'll see. Kids, I think so.
Yeah, the kids and then they be get over on me.
And then they come over to me, and I'm like, nope. And they're like, what?
Yeah.
Nope.
If I tell them, ask your dad, the first thing they're gonna say, no, I'm not asking dad because he's always gonna say no. So no, just don't worry about it. That happened recently when Pedro asked me about doing something, and I was like, ask your father. He was like, that's okay. I won't ask. I just want to go. I said, okay then.
What did I tell you though?
I think sometimes I do.
And I hope they don't watch this because I'm about to tell you a little secret.
Right.
one day I am going to say yes because I will respect the fact that they came and asked me.
Okay. Yeah. Instead of me saying, go ask your father. And
If they come and
asking you
ask me
first.
on their own or just come and asking me,
Yeah.
even if you tell them to come ask me, one day I will say yes. I'm not going to say no for the rest of their lives, but I will say yes. You know, I do say yes sometimes. I don't always say no.
No, I didn't say you
I don't want people to think I always say like I'm just like no. I do say yes, but I'm going to surprise them one day. They're going to come ask me. I'm like, yeah, sure, and they're going to be like, wait, what?
Yeah.
But I have said yes to a lot of things that
Yeah.
we let Pedro go out.
Yeah.
We
one time.
we let them get on public bus every now and then.
Yeah. So we doing good.
We doing good compared to you're actually me. It's fine. This is you.
Yeah.
Because you be like, get on that school bus and come straight home.
Yeah.
Sky like to do because she can go get some food.
Yeah, go hang out with her friends.
Go hang out with her friends a little bit longer and then go get some food. She loves getting some food.
Yeah.
But we only know this because every time she goes, her car pings and we like, okay.
She just got something. She just bought something.
And she won't even say nothing to us. Anyway, I'm getting off the thing.
Yeah. So the next one, that's what I was saying earlier.
Well, I know, but
the next one, I'm sorry. I wanted to go through the pleaser attachment. So a pleaser attachment is pleasers may feel hide anxiety when their partner wants to spend time alone or with their friends. They tend to mirror the mood of their partner and are highly sensitive when it comes to detecting emotions.
I need to read that because I even not heard you think I need to read it for myself.
Yeah.
Keep talking.
So a person
what do you think a pleaser attachment is then? You talk while I read.
I think a pleaser attachment is someone that's trying to that want to do something to please the person that they're with. You know what I mean?
No, I think this is it's saying when their partner wants to spend time alone with their friends.
Okay.
So is the person want to spend, instead of spending time with them, they want to spend time with their friends?
Yeah.
I'm trying to get an understanding of that one. Because I didn't you looked that one up afterwards, in fact. So I didn't know about that one. I'm a little confused about that one. I think a pleaser attachment. If anybody, put in the comments.
Somebody that be like, okay, for instance, let's say I wanted to spend time with my friends instead of spending time with you. You know, them type of thing.
Bye.
I'm just saying. But you wanted to spend the time with me. Like, you always spending time with your friends. You never spending time with me. You always giving them time. You always going out. You always doing this. And all of that type of stuff. But you never, giving me time. And when it's time, when the person want to come back and then spend time with you, they act just like they act. They be like, oh no, I'm spending time with my friends, or spend time with a family member or something. Or they'll act how they, you know what I mean? Like, the time that they wanted to spend, they didn't want to do it when it was daytime, but when they wanted to, then they wanted the person to then spend time with them. That's how I see it.
Okay.
If it makes, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
I'm still a little confused, but I mean, I kind of
like, now you want to spend time with me.
So you're pleasing, right? Now you want to spend, right? Yeah.
Now you want to spend time with me when you get ready, and not when I wanted us to spend time together.
See, that's like, I guess it doesn't make sense. It doesn't compute to me because for me, I don't spend time with my friends. I'd rather spend time by myself.
Well,
we had the discussion. I'd rather go to the movies by myself. I said to you one time, I want to go to the movies by myself one day. And you looked at me like I was crazy. Why can't we all go? Because I don't want us all to go.
Yeah.
I want, but it's just my time to myself.
Yeah.
But anyway.
I think, like, as I thought about when I was younger and being around my mother and my sisters, doing things, my sister, I'm sorry, I got one sister, but doing things with them, like just anything, I was always, if I did something, I had my mother and sister was always with me. I had to get to the point as I got older to learn how to start doing stuff on my own.
And the only way I did that is because I got on you about
that attachment style of always wanting someone.
If your mother and your sister gonna blame me for something, they can blame me for that.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I'd probably pushed you to do.
Yeah.
And it's not that I didn't want you to spend time. No, listen, it's not that I didn't want you to spend time with them. But my goodness, I remember the time when you guys went to go to DMV and you had to take a picture and you all went. And I'm like, it's a picture.
Yeah, we all
Why
went
must you
together.
all went? You all
Because
got doled up and you all
we
got.
all had to go and do our thing.
No, just one person.
It was just one.
Yeah, it wasn't all of you. No,
Mm.
don't try to sugarcoat it now. It was not all of y'all. It was one. But that's how you guys. That's the relationship that you had. That's the attachment that you guys had.
Mm-hmm.
Especially, I mean, it's obvious to have that attachment being that you're a twin, identical.
Mm-hmm.
So you're gonna spend a lot of time together.
Yes.
But it
got to the point where, as I got older, I knew at some point couldn't just do everything with my sister. I had to at some point learn how to do things on my own.
Only until we got married, because before that you tried to do everything.
Because even if I went for a job interview, my sister would me like
they'll go with you.
She'll drive me in the car and wait in the car while I go to the interview, and then I come back out, and then she'll be there. Then I do the same thing for her. It was just that type of thing. We just did that.
You and
we
your
just
mama
did
been
that
there too.
Yeah, we just did. I'm sorry. That's just the way it was. That's just the way it was.
Said, it's the
culture. And it was a comfort thing for me.
Yeah.
It was a comfort thing for me. It really was.
I understand.
Just knowing that, okay, my sister or my mother outside, I don't know. I needed that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But the funny thing is you have passed that on to me.
I did. I have passed that on to you. I'm so sorry. Is it a good thing?
You have not given it up. I've now taken the mantle to be your sister and your mother.
Yes. But thank you.
No, whatever.
Yeah, so but it's nothing wrong with depending on someone.
No, it's not.
But it become unhealthy thing when you can't function.
No, it becomes unhealthy.
Having them
it becomes unhealthy
with you
when, say, I have to work and you have to do something. Like I was, you know what? Point blank. The other day you had to go for a meeting for Kaya for a yearly meeting.
Yeah.
I was shocked that you actually went without too much grief to me.
Yeah.
Because any other time you'd be like, why can't you take off work to go with me? And I'm like, because I have to work. You didn't give me no grief. You are obviously getting better, because in the past you would have been like, you need to take the time off. I'm like, I can't take time off for everything to go.
Yeah.
I can't take time off, to go to everything. I can't take time to go to every meeting, to every event.
Yeah.
Some things I could do, some things I can't.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was shocked that you did not really give as much grief as I thought you was gonna give.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I actually had that whole process in my head. I actually had the response in my head in case you start talking to me about it. I was actually thinking of a response.
At first I thought, I was like, okay, he ain't gonna go to the meeting with
me.
Yeah,
and I know you.
I'm just telling you what was in my head. So I had to prepare myself to go by myself, because normally when we doing these yearly meetings for our children's schooling, I'm look forward to you going, because they don't just have one parent, they have two. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, he's gonna go, he's gonna be available, and we'll be able to get it over with. So after you told me, oh, babe, my job came up, I ain't gonna be able to go. Like, okay. So if I didn't display that I was like maybe not irritated or just disappointed.
But you was.
I was disappointed that you wasn't going. I wasn't irritated. I was just more just like, okay, fine, he ain't going. And I did what I had to do. So I have been learning to adjust to when you can't do things.
I said that. I said I was shocked. I think you're actually getting a little better. You got, you did not get that emotion, that attachment that you normally would have.
We're like, why you can't go?
Exactly.
Why you didn't
why didn't you take the time off?
Why you didn't plan like
you knew?
Like, I told you in advance.
And you know
that we was doing it.
Guess what? See, now right there, you said that, but you know what you did say to me?
What?
You said I should have reminded you.
I did.
And that's what, oh, she's growing. I said my wife is growing, because you said to me I should have reminded you.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, because it's just I get to write things down, but you was like, I should remind. And when you said that, I was like, oh, because what you just said now, I told you in advance. So you would have told me like a month ago and expect me to remember a month later. And that was unhealthy attachment that you had.
Yeah.
But now you like I said, you're getting better, because you said so I was like, okay, cool. I'm so sorry, I just totally forgot.
Yeah.
And then you was like, I knew you was a little disappointed, but that's what I said. I was driving and I actually had the conversation in my head, like, if she starts going like, why this and why that, I'm gonna respond this way.
Right. And that goes towards my attachment style, my anxious attachment style, where sometimes I just don't want to do things alone. I want to have my husband.
You don't want to do nothing
with
alone.
Me. I mean, I'm just saying. So while we talking about this, how to fix unhealthy attachment styles is to identify your attachment style. Know what you are to fix an unhealthy attachment using attachment issues you're dealing with. You need to understand your style. Like I just said, determine if you're dealing with unhealthy attachments. To see, whatever you may be doing in your daily life. Journal, write stuff down about how you feel. So to see, which style that you are. Talk to someone to have a healthy relationship with, and to seek professional help if you just don't know what's going on with yourself. So that's very important. And now that I know that I do have an attachment, ancient.
How did you know? You've been known.
Yeah, I've been known that I have an ancient attachment style.
You didn't know what it was called.
Right, I didn't, and I get overwhelmed sometimes. Just doing stuff by myself, depending on what it is. I know sometimes for me, I do need a constant reassurance. Oh, girl, you're doing so good. I love what you're doing. Or Pedro telling me, oh, baby, you look good. Or I like what you're doing. Sometimes that reassurance helps me. You know what I mean?
Like if you cook dinner,
right,
and we're sitting there wolfing it down.
Mm-hmm.
You have to have the insurance. Was it good?
I'm like, y'all like it? Did it taste like
yeah. No, we just eating it like we lost our minds because that's what we want to do. We're cavemen and we want to eat it fast.
Right. And I know sometimes I also can view myself in a negative way.
Oh, yeah.
And I'd be like, oh, maybe this, maybe that. Even when it comes to my singing or whatever I'm doing, even if I'm making, because now that I make my own body butter and stuff that I sell, and t-shirts and stuff, sometimes I'd be like, I down myself, and I'd be like, maybe I'm not doing enough, and stuff like that. So I have to, I negatively think of myself in a negative way sometimes, instead of building myself up and being like, it take a lot
and
for
that's
me
my
to get
job.
there. Yeah.
Well, my job is to help you to build
and
yourself
I know
up.
the number one thing I know I can be highly sensitive and overly emotional at some points. But I'm trying to do better with my emotions. I think I've been dealing with it in a good way.
Yeah, and I've learned to deal with them too, like not saying nothing, to pretty much ignore you.
Yeah, not really ignore me, but
I know I ignore you.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah, I ignore. I mean, and I don't, folks. I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean in the sense of, if I say something to Tara, she, and I just look at her, turn, and walk away.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't. Yeah,
and then
turn into an issue.
I mean, I may sometimes respond, be like, "What's wrong?" with a thing, and then I say, it's not going anywhere. So then I just become quiet, walk away, and then Tara will sit there for about 5-10 minutes and be like, "Oh, you know what? Yeah, that was probably not right for me."
Well,
to
I come back
that.
to you and be like, "So Pedro,
yeah,
yeah,
baby, I love you."
Yeah,
I'm like, leave me alone, woman. So
what is your attachment style?
Yeah, I think I'm probably secure.
Well, this is the what?
Yeah, I'm secure.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty secure. I mean, I may from time to time have other attachment style, but on a consistency probably base, I'm secure.
Yeah, I would say that. I think
I'm confident in myself. I know, they say as you get older, you just don't care no more.
I think you developed that also from being a young child, being the only child at one point, and then being independent, doing things yourself while your mother worked and stuff like that. So you develop having a more secure attachment style. So I think that also helped when your mother wasn't always just around. So you was able to, like, even if you wanted her there, you was okay with her not being there.
Yeah, and I never tried to punish her.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I did try to punish her sometimes because I was upset.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's probably gonna hit me for saying this, but I'm gonna say it anyway.
Yeah.
My mother was a Bible worker. My father was a pastor. And it's no fault of her own.
Right.
And now that I'm older, I understand. But when I was younger, the phone just constantly rang. It rang constantly.
Yeah.
I mean, to the point, I think there was an old meme. Before memes came out, there was an old photo of a person had one of those old phones and they had taped it to their head.
Yeah.
And we sent it to my mother because it was like the phone was always on her ear.
Yeah.
And that was a little frustrating at first.
Yeah.
But like I said, as I got older, I understand now. It was just as a child, I didn't understand.
Yeah.
So I probably had a little of avoidant attachment.
Yeah.
Towards my mother.
Yeah.
And in that time. But over the years, like I said, as I've got older and I have kids now, you learn, okay, it could have been a little. Yeah, I would have liked to not to always be on the phone, but it was what it was. That was her
But it
ministry and
also,
her just
right.
her duty. Not even just her duty. It was just something that had to be done.
Yeah, and it also taught you to do things on your own and be confident in what you're doing. And for me, because I always
because I had no choice. I had to,
yeah.
I had to go, and now I made a lot of mistakes.
Mhm.
But this is the funny thing though. When the chips are down, my mother was there.
Your mother always there.
Yeah, when the chips are down, my mother will stop
there.
and she will come and help.
Mhm.
So even though she was constantly on the phone,
Yeah.
if I really, really needed like absolutely 100%, my mama was there.
Yeah.
So, and my daddy was there too. They both was there until he passed. But my mama was always definitely there. I think growing up and my biological father not always being there, that made me constantly always think of not to be that way. So my attachment, that made me to not be so like attachment wise, be secure in my attachment. Like I'm secure in the sense of like, it's weird, like people would talk bad about me or people would say something about me, but then turn around and need me to do something. And I'm secure in myself that I'm like, that's okay not to like me.
Yeah.
But if you need my help, I'm gonna help you.
That's strong self-worth and confidence.
I am confident in that sense. Like I've had people that don't like me ask me to do something and expect me to say no, and I say yes, and I do it. And I can see their mind, it blows their mind. Like, wait, what? And it's not that I'm doing it for kudos. I do it because that's the way I was brought up.
That's the way you are.
Yeah, I was brought up that way. I always want to help. Always want to help somebody.
Yeah.
If they need help, I'm not going to turn anybody away, even my worst enemy.
Yeah.
I wouldn't turn away if they actually if they need help. So yeah, I think I'm definitely secure, and I think that's what helps me with you is that I don't get in my feelings. Sometimes I do.
Yeah.
Sometimes I do because you know what buttons to press. Sometimes you push that button that just irritates me.
Yeah.
You've been married for a while, you know that button, but I think my security helps with your anxiousness. And it kind of balances everything.
Yeah, I was just about to say, learning balance.
We're balancing
in your life,
each other.
your marriage, and even with your children. It's very important to know balance.
It balances out. So it's good. I don't mind that you have the anxiousness. It doesn't bother me. I'm not even upset with it. I sometimes laugh at it because I'm like, and actuality, that's the first time we tried to do this program. That's why you got upset with me because you was being anxious and I was being secure. And my response to you didn't like, so that's why you got in your feelings.
Yeah.
As I think about it. Yeah, you was like, why you gotta say it like that? And I was like, because it is, like, let it go. And you was like, oh. And I was, and he was like, okay, we can't do this show.
Yeah, shut it down.
I mean, you gotta shut it down for a minute. You know, some things you gotta, it wasn't like an argument or nothing. It was just, you got in your feelings, so you stopped talking.
I did. I shut down communication.
I was like, why you stop talking?
And
you were just like, and I was like, okay, we can't.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's what I think. I don't know if two same attachments could coexist. Do you think two attachments, same attachments?
If you had two people that were
if we both was anxious,
oh my goodness, we would be all over the place.
If we were both secure, though, would we be able to?
We wouldn't. We would have so much confidence where we feel like we
would be butting heads all the time.
Yeah,
because it'd be too much.
Especially because you're not a affectionate person, and you're not.
According to you, I'm only affectionate when I want something,
and you're not as attached.
Well, that's what you always tell me, so I thought I'd throw it out
there. Your way of intimacy is different, and if we both was that way, it wouldn't be good.
My way of intimacy is like,
because we gonna hug, we gonna touch.
I buy you stuff. I'm a giver.
So we'll both be buying stuff all the time. If we was people.
But no, that's my intimacy. I'm a giver. I give you stuff.
Yeah, that's your love language.
That's my love language.
That's your love language.
I give you stuff so that you give it back to me.
Yeah.
Oh, he brought me this. He's so kind.
Yeah.
Come here, sweetie. Let's go.
Yeah. I think I don't know. I think that would be a hard thing if both of us was the same attachment styles.
Oh, it wouldn't work.
It wouldn't work. Yeah.
I don't think anybody could be the same attachment style.
That's the point of God making man and woman, because he knew that men and woman's not going to think alike. You're going to have one that's going to be the more dominant one, and the one that's going to be the head, that's going to be able to keep stuff in line. And then you have the woman that's going to be the nurturer, the one that's going to do the other things that the man is not doing. So
Mhm.
to have the opposite of like that, it works.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? But if you got two people that are the same, it's going to make it harder. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
You got two emotional people. You got too much what's the word? Not testosterone, but you got too much confidence going on,
Mhm.
and it's no balance.
Too much
there.
of the same thing is never good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So it just doesn't work.
yeah, yeah,
But anyway.
yeah.
Well, I'm glad we can recognize that, because you also, it just helps us with our health. It just helps us with healthy boundaries
Mm-hmm.
that we can recognize,
Mm-hmm.
how we respond to each other.
Mm-hmm.
It helps us to avoid conflict. It helps us to do better with our conflict resolution when
Mm-hmm.
we're upset with each other.
Mm-hmm.
And it, gives us relationship satisfaction,
Yeah.
because we're confident in ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
If you know what you are, that you are anxious,
Mm-hmm.
I think now, like, you'll calm down faster,
Yeah.
because you realize that maybe it's just my emotion that's getting the best of me.
Yeah.
You
Like
know,
I need to just
and sometimes,
sit
even
for a
though I'm
minute.
secure, I have to ease back and be
Mm-hmm.
more understanding
Mm-hmm.
to your emotion,
Mm-hmm.
so that I can get through to you.
Mm-hmm.
So even though, like I said, I do ignore you sometimes, I just walk away. Sometimes I will come back before you and say, "Look, I'm sorry. I should have responded differently."
Yeah.
Because I know I can respond harsh sometimes. So I know I need to ease up on that. So I'll come back and say, "Look, I responded different, wrong to you, and I apologize. Let's talk it out." So it just recognize each other's weakness and strengths,
Yeah, I totally agree.
and go from there.
Yeah. So guys, it's about time now we done came to the part of our show where it's time for us to do our cards. So we have these intimate cards that we use. And we talk about them for a minute before the show actually ends. And so we're gonna pick one, and Pedro gonna the intimate cards is here, guys. If you can see it, let the camera. Yeah. So we got these from Amazon.
I got them.
I'm sorry, my husband got them from Amazon.
No, we got them.
And I actually like them. So they have different ones. You have the cards. It has cards that have the past, random, life, relationships, intimacy, and about you. So you pick a card and you read it, and we talk about it for a minute, and then I really like doing this part of the show. We'll be able to pick a card, any card, and talk about it. Yeah.
All right. Pick a card, any
Which
card.
one we doing? We doing the relationship one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, I'm sorry, I got two. I have my card.
You can start reading.
Okay, so my card says, how do we work well together and balance each other out? Explain. We kind of just talked about that.
We actually just talked about that. Yeah.
So, how do we work well together and balance each other out?
How do we work well? I think we work well together because we know each other's strength and weakness, temperament. What we know, what buttons to push, what buttons not to push.
Yeah.
I know when to push that button.
Yeah.
I know, you know what it is? I know when to I know, not manipulate, but I know how to make you do something you don't want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it makes you mad at me.
Yeah.
I can still get you to do something you don't want to do.
Mm-hmm.
By sometimes I make you mad. I make you mad at me, knowing that you're gonna do it.
Yeah. Like
if
I had to do something by myself, like
right?
You have to make an example.
If you have to do taking Sky to
gymnastic class,
to gymnastic class, or taking Sky to tutoring, or going to the doctor's office,
right,
with a 5-minute walk, and you told me taking a cab. I'm like, it's like literally 3 blocks down the road. You're not taking no cab going down the road. Like, just arguing with you on purpose. I almost like argued with you on purpose just to make you mad, and then you be like, fine, I'll do it. and then you'll do it, and then you realize, even the best one of all, taking a train to London.
Mm.
And when you was asking for directions.
Yeah.
And you didn't want to ask for directions.
I did it.
And I'm like, you need to ask for directions, because if you don't ask for directions, you're gonna be stuck in London.
I got a little lost. And
well, you did get lost. And I'm like, well, ask somebody.
And I was like, no, I don't ask nobody. I want you to come and pick me up.
I'm like, no, you didn't say that. You was implying it. But I was like, look, you don't get on that train. I don't know how you get home. Because I'm not driving.
You know what was
4 hours.
In my mind?
I know.
He's gonna come pick me up.
No, I was not. You would have still been in London right now to this day.
Gosh. Goodness.
You lost. I'm not driving up 4 hours to come pick you up to then drive 4 hours back because you can't find the train.
Yeah.
You better figure it out.
I end up asking someone, and I end up getting on the right train.
And you end up getting home in time.
Home in time.
Exactly. See. So like irritating. I had to irritate you in order to do it.
I wouldn't say irritate. I would say you push me to do it.
No.
You push me to say, sorry, come on now.
No, see, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I irritated you.
Yeah.
I'm being honest. I didn't push you.
I was like, why you always
pushing you to do something is like if you want to go, like you want the butter, the body butter, you want to do it. And he's like, well, should I?
Yeah.
I don't know. And I'm like, you know what? What do you need? Oh, yeah, I'm probably gonna need this or that. And then I just went and bought it, and it just showed up at Amazon. That's pushing.
Yeah.
Irritating is pissing you off to make you do it.
Yeah.
So there's a difference.
Yeah.
See, pushing is, like you want to do something, and I kind of nudge you, I talk to you and say, look, you could do it. You're good at this. Don't worry. You're gonna be fine with this. You can do this. That's pushing. But I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I irritated you.
Yeah.
Because it's the only way that you was going to do that was by me irritating you.
Yeah.
If I just tried to push you, well, come on, Tom, look for, ask somebody. It's going to be all right. You'd have been like, I ain't asking nobody because I don't want to.
Right.
So I had to irritate you. I had to get you mad. That's sometimes in life, you have to get your spouse, you have to irritate them.
Yeah.
That's the only way they're going to do it.
Yeah.
I'm a firm believer that it doesn't mean that you don't love them.
Yeah.
But sometimes you have to. You have to be like, look, I'm going to have to,
it is
that way. Yeah, that's exactly. Because if I didn't do that, you wouldn't have did. So, because like you said, I knew it in your mind, you was thinking, oh, he'll just come get me. This woman thinks she lost time.
Yeah, I definitely had it in my head.
Like, I know you did. I did come get you at the stop earlier.
Yeah.
Instead of Halifax, I got you at the other stop. So I did do that. I was nice enough to do that.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
But I was not coming to London. You would still be in London right now to this day.
Yeah.
Sure, whatever.
What's your car?
Thank God we know people down there that we know.
Yeah.
Oh, my car. I forgot that we didn't even say my car. I put it away. But I do remember what it said. I got it. What's my ideal romantic vacation?
What is your idea of a romantic?
What's my ideal romantic vacation?
Okay, what is it?
No kids, me and you. Maybe just me.
Whatever.
And go to like a European country.
A European country.
Yeah. I mean, people go, why don't you say Bermuda? I've been to Bermuda. I know what Bermuda is.
We lived
there. I want to live there. I want to go somewhere where it's different.
Yeah.
So an ideal romantic vacation. Actually, you know what? No. Romantic ideal vacation would be like a 3-day cruise.
Cruise on a boat?
Yeah.
No, I'm not getting on the boat. Sorry.
Why not?
Cause that's around a mountain of water. And I'm not
a mountain of water. It's not a mountain. It's water.
No.
We lived on an island.
I don't care. And I didn't
that
like
was
the water
22 miles long and
like
2 miles wide.
No, I couldn't handle being on a boat and the moving and the waving and the water. What if the boat breaks down? What if it sinks like the Titanic? It ain't no way. No way. And I'm not a good swimmer. So no.
That's why there's lifeboats. And life preserves.
I ain't taking no chances.
You wouldn't take a 3-day cruise with me?
I wouldn't. That's not romantic to me.
That is romantic.
I want to be on land, dry land.
Why?
Because I know if I'm on dry land, I know it ain't going nowhere.
You know the motion with the ocean.
No. No, sir. No.
No. Well, at least I know not to book a cruise now.
You better not book a cruise on. No, you could do a land cruise.
Can I do a cruise by myself then?
No.
Why not?
Because why you want to go on a cruise by yourself?
Well, you don't want to go with me. I'm not going to not go because you don't want to go.
On a boat, Pedro?
Yeah.
No.
Why not?
Mm-mm.
Number one, they're so big and they have balances that you don't even feel the boat
That's
moving.
not true.
You don't.
You
Unless
know-
you're in rocky water. But you don't feel the boat as it's moving down the water.
No, I don't
It's
want to take no
steady.
chance.
It's really a steady.
Mm-mm.
Anyway.
Mm-mm.
Well, what else then? All right, then I guess a romantic vacation will be. I still want to do the boat, so oh well.
Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness.
Anyway, well, I guess that ends that part.
It does.
And I learned something new today.
It absolutely does. So guys, what you can take with you, what's your take at the end now? What would you want to say?
That whatever attachment style you are, just try to work on it
Mm-hmm.
and accept it.
Mm-hmm.
And then as a couple, just work through it.
Mm-hmm.
Marriages work and just work through it. I
Mhm.
mean, and if you do need to get some help, get some professional help.
That's it.
And talk about it.
Mhm.
Always talk. Communication is key. Always, always,
Mhm.
always.
Yeah. And my takeaway is kind of like what Pedro said. Know your style, know your attachment style, get to know yourself. Talk to your partner, talk to someone that maybe see that you may have that. You never know. People are very observant. And they can probably give you some insight. So I definitely think it's important to know yourself. That's all I would say. Get to know yourself. Know what type of attachment style you have, and like my husband said, work on it, and really work on it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because that's how makes the
Mhm.
marriage work.
That's it.
Well, no man had what?
What God has put together.
Well, yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why phrase falls on that. I know the phrase, but
yeah.
What God has put together, let no man put us under. So
yeah. So guys, come back again for another episode for next week,
Mhm.
and we'll have a new one for you. And again, subscribe, share, and yeah, we'll see you again.
If you have any questions or you want to contact us, you can contact us at oh my goodness, it's not coming up. It's Marriage Can Heal podcast at gmail.com.
That's right.
Right? Marriage Can Heal podcast.
And we do have an Instagram at hearmymarriage_podcast, and we have our
Facebook.
Our Facebook. We have a group, and you can go into that group, Hear My Marriage podcast, and we have YouTube, but you can go like and share and subscribe. So make sure you go over there and do that, guys. We'll really appreciate it. As we grow, you grow. As we heal, you heal. Thank you so much.
This is Pedro.
And this is Tara.
And this is
Hear My Marriage podcast.
Peace.
All right. Bye-bye.